Dobroveche, Divine Pisces 222. It is Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. I'm going to do an energy check-in for Twin Flames today, masculine and feminine energies. This year, guys, I need this year to just be gone. Like, I need to be... I want to fast forward so bad to like 2022. I don't even want to deal with 2021 because I know it's just going to be basically clean up from 2020. Like, I just don't want to. I just don't want to deal with it. But that's just the escapist in me. I don't want to deal with it. I feel like that's kind of the energy a lot of us are in right now. It's like we just don't want to deal with it. Like everything that we're dealing with right now, it's like we just want it to be over, right? It's like we want it to have already been over and done with. We want to have already have dealt with it. We don't want to actually deal with it right now. And I feel like that's just the energy in general, okay? And, oh, wow, that's interesting. And, I mean, it could just be, you know, because we have been through so much this year. But I think in terms of awakening, it's like it's getting more and more and more intense. It's just like more and more stuff, you know, coming to light, you know, to the point where it's almost like I can't even stand it. Like, I can't even stand how out in the open everything really, really is. Like, it's just so in your face at this point, guys. Like you can't even hide it anymore. Like, and the ones who aren't seeing are ones who are choosing not to. Like, it's not that they can't see it. You know, they're choosing not to. And I feel that this is in the connection, too. I feel like there are a lot of people who are not just hitting some towers, but I think hitting some massive towers in their mission. Who maybe have aligned themselves with people who are not who they appeared to be, or maybe, you know, not aligned with those people anymore, or something to that effect. I'm getting that coming in. And even if it's not mission related, it could actually be personal related. Maybe, you know, you had some people come in to help you and you're no longer aligned with those people, or something to that effect. I feel like there's just some stuff that's coming to light that may be actually really surprising, and that it's like not just a tower, it's like a complete and total, like you don't even know. Like, you're sitting here going, well, what the heck was the point of that, right? So I feel like a lot of us are just maybe not necessarily questioning the journey, but maybe just being like, well, why in the heck did I even go down this road in the first place? Was I supposed to go down this road? Like, was I supposed to take that right turn at Albuquerque? Like, was I supposed to do that, you know? Or was that just one big mistake? Was I an ego when I made that decision? Yada, yada, yada. So I almost feel like some people are kind of questioning their judgment, maybe, as far as how far they've come and what they've done so far in their journey. But what I have to say to that, guys, is don't sit there and beat yourself up. Okay? Don't sit there and beat yourself up over, you know, past things. Did it teach you something? Did you learn something from the experience? I'm not saying everything that we do is something that we're meant to do, but I do believe that even if you take a quote-unquote wrong turn, somehow it's going to end up helping you grow. Does that make sense? So in a way, yeah, I don't believe really there are failures. I don't, not necessarily. Because you can learn so much from a quote-unquote failure, okay? So maybe just don't dwell on it. Maybe just say, okay, well, I learned something, didn't I? Great. Let's move on, right? So let's take a look at overall energies here. Yeah, I mean, well, I feel like right now a lot of us are dealing with some serious emotions. I feel just emotions in the air, and it could be because of this. I think we're in a, or we were yesterday. Maybe the moon was in Scorpio or something like that, which is going to bring up a lot of emotion. I mean, Scorpio moon is very emotional. Okay, so I mean, I really do feel A lot of us are dealing with maybe a heart chakra opening. I mean, that could definitely be what's bringing up some of these things. Maybe some of us, it's not necessarily that people aren't who we thought they were. Maybe it's just that we're reading too much into the situation. Okay, it could be overthinking things, and it's kind of causing like an emotional response. And this could be within your connection too. Maybe there's some things that you're overthinking about your connection here. Maybe specifically about what it means to actually be happy within oneself versus be happy, you know, or have somebody else make you happy. Does that make sense? So, and I think that this has been the main issue here. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. If you are, you know, with somebody who makes you happy, that is okay. Okay. I think there's this disconnect here that you can't be with somebody. You can't be with someone else. That you'll never be happy with somebody else. Okay, that you have to be happy within yourself, and you absolutely do. You do need to be happy within yourself, but that doesn't mean you can't be happy with someone else. Okay, and I think there's a disconnect with that. I think there are some readers out there, there's some people out there that honestly feel that the reason that we quote unquote feel happy with somebody else is because they feel a void. In reality, sure, there are times when that happens. Sure, absolutely. You know, sometimes we meet somebody and they fill a piece of ourselves that we're missing, but we also learn from those people, okay? But there's also, you know, I think sometimes you have an alignment with somebody who, you know, isn't on the exact same wavelength as you. You're both complete within yourselves, mostly, you know, and you can come together and build a life from there. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, okay? So obviously you need to use your own judgment as far as that goes, okay? And I do feel that, some of you probably are getting some messages. Wow, that's really great. Some of you are getting some messages from Source, and some of you might be getting information. Maybe you're getting some sort of message from your counterpart. Maybe you're getting messages about your counterpart here. But I feel like a lot of you also have been really hard on yourselves, okay? It's like you've been trying to stick you've been trying to stick to the journey. You've been trying to stick to your path, and that's great. But I think some of you really do beat yourselves up a little bit when you quote unquote stray, you know. And I think also there's a lot of misconceptions out there. I mean, there are a lot of people out there like, you have to eat a certain way, you have to behave a certain way, you have to do a certain thing, you have to meditate a certain amount of time in order to be ascendant. And that's not true. That's not true. Okay, everybody's different. Okay, like for example, I can't be a vegan. I just can't. My body will not allow me. I cannot. Okay, I have to have protein, I have to have meat. Okay, you know, there are some people who can live on a vegan diet and they're perfectly fine. You know, and then there are people that judge me because I'm not a vegan. And I'm sitting here going, okay, what does that have to do with my spirituality? Absolutely nothing as far as I'm concerned, okay? Am I healthy? Yes. Do I take care of my vessel? Yes. And that's the point, okay? So I think the main issue I'm trying to say here is, like, if you're getting misinformation, if you're getting information, if you're having people tell you that you're wrong because you do this, and you're sitting there saying, okay, well, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I went down the wrong way. Stop, 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 okay? And I feel like some of you are regretting, especially whoever is awakened, whether masculine or feminine, some of you are regretting releasing your connection. Some of you have released your connections and you're regretting it. Stop. Stop. If you were supposed to release your connection, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay? Just leave it alone. Stop feeling bad about it. Alright, so let's take a look at the masculine energy here. Yeah. Well, masculine energy obviously is very, very triggered right now. We've got a lot of inner conflict coming in, and this I think is pretty representational of of what we know has been going on with masculine energy just in general. A lot of masculine energies are really fighting their ego right now. Like, I mean, some of them are so afraid to admit that they've been wrong. Okay, some of them are really afraid to admit that a situation that they've been putting so much energy and effort into is not panning out. Some of them are absolutely terrified to release those connections because they're going to think that they're failures. They feel like they're failing and they don't want to be failures. They don't want to be seen as failures. You know, so a lot of it does actually have to do not just with... A lot of it just has to do with what other people think, yes. But some of it does have to do with what they think of themselves. Like, a lot of them, they are placing their self-worth basically they're basing it on the success of their situation, or the success of their relationships, or the success of whatever. Okay, so a lot of them are placing their self-worth on material things right now. Okay, and it's like they're not ready to release that yet. It's like they're just not ready to admit that they might have been wrong. And that it's okay. And that it's okay to be wrong. That it's okay to have a misstep. That it's okay to have quote unquote failed at something, or that something didn't pan out. It's okay. It's like they just can't seem to release the fact that it's not necessarily a failure, so to speak. Is any of this making sense? So it's like there's still this expectation that other people are going to see them as failures, therefore they are failures. Does that make sense? Yeah, boom. That's it, right there. Illusion. Okay. So a lot of them are kind of walking on eggshells right now. A lot of them are kind of skirting around the problem because they don't really want to face it. They don't actually want to come out and say, okay, I screwed up. This is bad. I don't like this. This is not good. So it's like they're just kind of skirting around it because they think that if they ignore the problem, that it's going to go away, when in reality, it's not. Okay? It's just not. Right? So here comes the Tower. Tower's coming for Divine Masculine again, okay? Because they're holding so tightly to all of this, okay? And they're putting a lot of importance on it, right? But sooner or later, that wall is going to come down. And it has to. Okay? So just be aware, Divine Masculine. I mean, it's going to come down. All right, feminine energy here. Feminine energy. I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines are honestly, I feel like, yes, energy is the same, but I feel like this has been coming in for a while. Divine Feminine, some of you are feeling guilty about your path. Some of you are feeling guilty, and I think a lot of this is pegged. I think I figured out what this is, this guilt factor. A lot of you, there's emotional guilt, or an emotional attachment to something that you're having guilt releasing. I feel like it actually has to do possibly with people who may have fallen away from you. Some of you who have fully stepped into your role, fully stepped into awakening, fully stepped onto your path. A lot of people have fallen away from you, and this could be family, friends, people that you thought you knew, right? Who are judging you, or who are not talking to you now because, whatever. Some of you, that's what it is. Some of you, it's this awakening process, and some of you feel so alone right now. And some of you feel like nobody understands you. You feel like, it's almost even worse than when you were originally going through your awakening, because it's like, I don't have anybody I can talk to about this. Like, I don't feel like anybody understands what I'm going through, and I feel like there's a lot of depression coming in for that with Divine Feminine, okay? This is why I created the forum, guys. I'm telling you, please check it out. It's free, divinepisces222.com/forum, okay? The renewal date's coming up soon for my website, so any donations you guys could provide would be great to help keep the site running. 100% of the donations will go to keep the site up, okay? But I mean, just so we can have a safe place to go, okay? So reach out, find people who are going through the same thing you are, okay? But I do feel this is the main tower that Divine Feminine is going through right now. The main tower that Divine Feminine is going through right now is her reliance on other people to understand her. And you guys, yes, we're all going to have different points of view. We're all going to have to go through something different, absolutely. But we all can come together and share our views and be understanding of each other. That's the point. And I think in this world where everybody's got their defenses up right now, especially with everything that's going on, it's kind of hard to break through that, and especially those of us who give our opinions, readily. I'm not afraid to give my opinions. And I do trigger people. I don't do it on purpose. It just is what it is, right? So I understand that. But some of that does come with a tower. Sometimes you feel really, really alone. You're like, wow, it doesn't matter, that I know the universe is behind me. I do feel like other people don't understand me. And that's how I've always felt, right? So Divine Feminine kind of sitting there questioning her intuition, like, was this the right decision? Was this the right thing to say? Was this the right thing to do, right? Where is... I understand it's a healing opportunity, but at the same time, it's like, how do I deal with the emotions that are coming up because of all of this? How do I release this effectively? How do I release what I need to release in order to move forward in my journey, right? So taking a look at connecting energies, yeah, I mean, this is actually good. The ending of the confusion energy, I think, within the connection. I think there's been a lot of confusion going back and forth within the connection. I think there's been a lot of doubt, a lot of denial within the connection itself. But I do actually feel that both counterparts right now pretty much are aware and they are understanding, they are connected. Okay, so you have a counterpart, your counterpart understands, your counterpart gets it. Okay, and that's what I mean. Like they've been fighting this thing for a long time, and now they're just kind of like, you know what? I screwed up. I get it. Whereas the same with Divine Feminine, really. Divine Feminine's like, okay, well, did I make the right choice? Did I make the right decision? You see? So yeah, that's where that's coming in here, and it's a good thing because you're kind of working through that. But just go with it, guys. Just keep going. Okay? Yeah, because abundance is coming. I'm telling you, especially within the connection, you can't deny. You just can't deny the things that are happening right now, the growth that's happening, especially with people who are fully awakened, who are coming into, their mission and things like that, right? I mean, that's the main key right now. And I feel like, I really do feel that a lot of counterparts right now, a lot of twin flames will be coming together to work. Okay, to work, to do their work, to do their mission work. Okay, now that could be physically, it could be physical, actually physically coming together to do their mission work, but it could also be in the 5D. Okay, so keep that in mind. My counterpart helps me in the 5D, whether he realizes or not. Okay, I do get a lot of help from him. He's the reason I'm so connected to the masculine energies, okay, is because I get a lot of what's going on through him, okay. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the confusion as far as the connections is ending at this point. I feel like it's this actually came out like this when I picked it up, okay, so it just happened to be upside down when I picked it up, but it came out like this. So that's where I feel like it's kind of going through a transition right now, where we're kind of going, okay, we're back in alignment. Right? And that's good. That's really good. Yeah, truce. We're in transition. So truce and peace, okay? Kind of coming like this. So the energies, the masculine and feminine energies are kind of coming together in actually, coming together and actually balancing out, okay? So masculine, again, dealing with ego, divine feminine or feminine energy, again, dealing with emotion, okay? That's fitting, okay? So each in their own, each in their native energy. Okay? That's good. So things are balancing out. All right, so messages from counterparts. Yeah. I mean, this is what I'm saying, like, especially Divine Masculine's like, I screwed up, man. And Divine Feminine's like, did I make the right choice here? So, whoever it was that walked away, maybe it was both of you, okay? Both of you are kind of in this regret, this transition period, okay? But you've got to release it. Don't hold on to it, okay? Learn from it and move on. Because you're just going to keep yourself stuck, right? If you don't release it. Okay, so messages and yeah, look, see, the longing is back. The longing is back, guys. Some of you inner child stuff. Some of you have children with your counterparts. Okay, some of you are going to have children with your counterparts. Some of you children are involved in some of the karmic situations. Some of you, that's how you're clearing your karma. Okay, so look at your children. If you have them, all right, or check, basically go back to your inner child stuff, that will help you. Yeah, some of you, I'm telling you, they're coming back in. Some of you have a counterpart who is coming back in. Okay? So keep that in mind. Yeah, spiritual lesson, that's exactly what I said. Spiritual lesson is some of you, again, this was actually, I think, at the end last time. You got to make that decision to move forward. You've got to make that decision to say, okay, you know what? Lesson learned. I got it. Okay, so now I'm going to move on, right? All right, guys, I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.